Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a Trude, and welcome back to Imperator Rome, where last time we significantly expanded our territory, taking over Patrae, taking over Aegion, taking over Macedonia. We brought our territory up from 3 cities all the way to 8, making us the largest power in southern Greece. Sparta only has 6 cities, their starting 5 and Troyzen that they took previously. So we are now a decent sized force to be reckoned with. And on top of that, we're not actually Elis anymore, we're Achaia, as in the historical defensive league of the northern bit of the southern bit of Greece, not to be confused with the province Achaia that also exists in this game, and not to be confused with the Achaeans as Homer referred to them. That just is a synonym for Greece. Look, the important thing is, I'm now red, alright? We're lovely and red on the map and everything's beautiful. And today I would love to keep expanding because there are things I'd like to get my hands on. In particular, Hiria over here has access to wood and is part of the province of Achaia, and Patrae is also in Achaia and has access to a port. So I would dearly love to be able to take over Hiria, because then I can start training a navy, and then all sorts of interesting opportunities present themselves. I might be able to take over some territory in southern Italy. Crete is right there. If any of these islands in the Aegean become vulnerable or separated from their overlords, that could be some good pickings. There's some really good trade goods on these islands as well, like silk, like marble, like glass, all sorts of good stuff. But first I need to rest for a minute, because I don't actually have the oratory to get down the claims. And on top of that, we've got a political situation to have a look-see at. Because you may notice something odd's going on here, which is the populist faction leader is next up to be leader in only a few months, despite the fact that he's only got 8 seats in the Senate. So how is it he's got 18 votes? In short, it's because he's got other things going for him, in particular, prominence. And there's not much I can do about that, because he's not prominent because of a job I've given him in government, he's just naturally prominent, it's just part of his personality. Which is very annoying, because it means he's going to get elected a lot more often than a man with charisma of 0 has any right being. And you can see some of the mass right there. All of his seats are voting for him, but on top of that, a handful of merchants, a handful of civic faction, 2 out of the military faction, enough people that altogether, he's going to be the next leader. But there is an alternative. Someone else inside the same family is second place, Peroida's Taurus kid, with 17 votes. And there's Peroidus right there. The first time someone who's not actually a faction leader has been in serious contention, because they can't vote for this guy until the next election after this one. So he's fairly prominent, but could be more so. Not very popular, to be honest. There's not a huge amount I can do to help him, unfortunately. I could, however, slightly sabotage this guy. If I'm willing to sacrifice just a tiny bit of charisma, I can knock his popularity down by 4 points, but it's only 4 right now. That's a real waste of oratory. So I'm going to hold off doing that for the time being, keep an eye on that, but it would be kind of unfortunate if he became leader, because he's not very good. Though on the plus side, if he does become ruler, he'll become governor of all of these territories by default. And commerce income plus 10% is not the worst thing in the world. It's not worth those appalling attributes, and thus a really slow gain in the currencies at the top of the screen there, but it would at least be a nice benefit if it does have to happen. Now, we also have some problems here. This place is a fortress level 2. They've been investing in their own defences. If I don't have 10,000 men, I can't take this place. And when you put a place under siege, you seem to take attrition yourself too, even if you're within the supply limit. So, I need to save up some men before we're ready to go and attack that place. In fact, you know what? I'm going to get a training camp down right over here in Elis for just a handful more manpower. And on top of that, I'm just going to promote a couple of slaves for just a few more freemen, because we are really low on manpower right now. I shouldn't even be thinking about war, but I would like to pick up these places if I could. Ah yes, and glancing at the treasury there, fort maintenance of 2, because Messini right here has a fort. Well, we don't need it to have one of those, so that can just go away. And we've got a religious proceeding here. Ah! Now this one I like, this is a really interesting event. So a struggle between the religious and the peasants, as the populace feels that religious ceremonies are inaccessible and distant. So, we need to figure out what to do with this. And the effects of this decision are very big indeed. If we leave the priests alone, national unrest plus 3 in all territories is very big indeed. That's going to cause a hit to happiness, and that's going to cause a hit to productivity. Very bad idea, but it would cause omens to be more powerful and longer lasting too. We could just go for the middle ground, accept a bit of religious power, and take loyalty plus 2 for the guy who's the relevant government official. Or, and here's the interesting one, omen power down and omen duration down, plus this guy's not very happy, but stability +1, national unrest -3. So in other words, territories I take over are going to be much happier much sooner. In fact, everywhere's got a tiny bit of unrest. So getting unrest down across the board would be very useful indeed. And on top of that, stability +1 is national tax up, research points up, ruler popularity gain up, loyalty of subject states. I don't have them, but if I were to have them, very, very good indeed. Yeah, this could be interesting. It gets the omen power down though, and right now, my omen is also boosting income. So, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. I'm just going to open up the gates. From now on, everybody gets to be involved in any ceremony that they want. And also, apparently the populist faction leader was ill. I didn't know he was ill, but he was. That's fine, we didn't bother paying for a doctor. They do cost like 100 gold, so only do it for really important characters. For the most part, just leave them be. Illnesses seem to very rarely be fatal in this game. In fact, health in general is very transparent next to Crusader Kings 2, so every character actually has a health meter, and they only die when it gets down to 0, unless they're assassinated, executed, killed in battle, something like that. But for the most part, every character has health at 100, and they won't die until it hits 0. Characters just developing cancer at 25 and then dying a couple of months later, as happens in Crusader Kings 2 at all the most inconvenient times, that doesn't really seem to be so much of a thing. Still, that's looking much better. Plus 2.37 gold a month. That's a decent enough surplus for an empire my size. Oh, my training camp has been completed. Lovely, so the amount of manpower has slightly gone up. So yeah, I'm gaining 60 pops into the pool every single month. But unfortunately, all 60 of those pops are being immediately transferred into this army. And there we go. The idiot became the new Archon. Nothing we can really do about that, unfortunately. At least he might well get the commerce income up a tiny bit. Excuse me, guys. Would you mind not actually waging your wars inside my territory? I've been very generous in giving you all military access. Please do not abuse it by fighting inside Olympia. Now, speaking of going to war, we can afford a new invention, and yeah, it's gotta be sapping. +1 to siege engineers. Add +1 to all of my dice rolls when I'm sieging. Very, very useful indeed. I mean, the alternative is, I could actually go for a softer target. These places are very well locked down with their level 2 fortresses. This town over here, also level 2, also level 2. Right, okay, so everybody's locked down their territory. Got it. Though hilariously, Corinth is completely undefended. They've actually knocked down the fortress that I swear used to be there. So Macedonia is probably more vulnerable right now than anybody else. Though admittedly, this does make sense. If Macedonia is just sitting there with 8,000 troops, yeah, boost your fortress to a level where they can't assault your city. Very clever. Also, I swear Megara didn't used to belong to Phrygia. What's been going on over here? Because I feel like Megara did not used to own these guys. Uh-oh. Right. I feel like there's been movement by Phrygia in this direction. That's concerning. And then again, Phrygia does have its own problems too. There is... that's just a barbarian horde. Nothing major, but Phrygia's definitely losing a little bit of ground here. And here we go. Perhaps not too surprisingly, the guy who came second in the last competition is now next in line to be our next leader, and he's actually really good. That's solid. High finesse, high martial, decent enough charisma, low zeal, but that's okay. I'd argue that's actually the least important one. Religious power is used for a lot less than oratory, say. And finally, as we enter April, I believe my army will be back up to full strength, and someone else has also recovered from a disease. Sorry I didn't bother buying you a doctor, couldn't afford it. Yeah, we should actually hit a full army. Then we can start refilling the manpower pool. There we go, 11,000 men. Love it. But we should probably refill this pool a little bit before we go to war again. Going to war with depleted manpower, terrible idea. Now this is interesting. I found a nice soft target over here. So these little islands, Andros. This guy's got himself, yeah, fortress level 1. I believe that's just off that being the capital. And then a handful of small associated cities. A bit of wine, a bit of fish, and that's iron actually. I could get iron in the Empire if I could just get over there. That's not that bad at all, you know. But when I say if I could just get over there, that's actually a fair way away. Right, okay, hang on. I need to check I've got access here. So I've got military access through Macedonia. That's fine. Phrygia, oh. Yeah, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Phrygia are going to be dicks about this. But then again, the strait right here, I could just march through Aetolia into Boeotia, straight through Athens. No, I can't go through Athens. I need to go through... No, there's no straight around here, unfortunately. The only way to get down over here, sooner or later, is I have to go through Chalcis. And that belongs to Phrygia. No, I can't get to Andros. Not until I build a fleet, which I can't do without wood. Dear oh flipping dear, this is getting complicated. Unless, of course, I lower my commerce tax down to low and take the extra trade route. The trade route might give me access to wood. Well, that's interesting. Then I could just land on Charistos over here, assuming they're willing to give me military access. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. So that's absolutely fine. We could land on their territory, potentially in this port up here, cross the strait, round over here, straight down onto Andros. Now the problem is, if they decide to just hold here, that's a straight crossing. And on top of that, this is hills. So a straight crossing onto hills means they have got very good defensive opportunities. That could be a problem. And they do have 5 cohorts somewhere. 5,000 men, probably just standing straight on their capital. There is another option, of course. It could be time to make a play for Sparta itself. Tricky, but the benefits would be huge. Largely because they're in Laconia itself. I mean, right now they've only got 4 cohorts active, but they can train more, including heavy infantry. And on top of that, because they're a stratocentric monarchy, yeah, they've actually got all sorts of military ideas. They get bonus morale that I don't have access to. That feels very risky for the time being. It would take my entire army to siege down their capital. And while I'm doing that, they could be building up a new army, invading my territory, doing all sorts. But on the other hand, I am getting a bit bored of Sparta. And in some ways, I feel like, yeah, Aetolia are up here. They're in a pretty good defensive position. No one's going to go causing trouble with those guys. They've got Macedon and Phrygia guaranteeing them. I think it's time to jump ship. I'm going to offer an alliance to Aetolia. They're 100% cool with that. And I'm breaking off the alliance with Sparta. Dissolve that. There we go. And, oh, you guys are... No, the Senate is totally fine with that. Fine. So for the next 10 years, I've got a truce with these guys. And I do not want to take a -5 stability hit. That would be catastrophically stupid. So if they attack me, that's fine. I've got no interest in attacking them, however. I just want to start that counter ticking down. Oh, we've got ourselves a death, a researcher, freak accident at the age of 70. Fair enough. Do you guys want a defensive league? No, I think we're good. We're already allied. We don't need one of them. Ah, he was religious advances. That doesn't really matter hugely. And as I still have that spare trade route, yeah, I won't build a navy yet. There's too much around me that I haven't taken yet for me to be thinking about going on military expeditions abroad. Instead, yeah, let's just actually import some cloth. Local tax at 10%. Not bad at all. So we'll bring that in from Lydia. Lovely. And hello, Alexandros Terid, our general, who has been doing... yeah, solid job so far. Honestly, a general with 92% loyalty is good news, but he wants a particular form of service reward unique to his army. He would take great offense if we say no. So, say no, loyalty -20. Let the soldiers have their due. He actually gains inspired. Even more discipline. Yeah, that's probably a good thing right there, but troops could become more loyal to him. Screw it. We'll take it. That's absolutely fine. That's probably a good thing for him to have right there. And hello, we've got another offer of an alliance here. So, Acarnania right there. Okay. You guys are pretty small in the grand scheme of things. Are you in a dangerous position that's going to get me into trouble? Defensive pact with Boeotia and Aetolia. Fine. So, relatively well defended, but... you've got no alliances, aside from with Boeotia again. So... Epirus could well be coming down to try and smash you at some point. No, I don't think it's worth the risk. You're a little bit too exposed. Sorry. And here we go. More events pertaining to the Senate. So that's the head of the military faction who's come over here. And he's willing to support us in return for, I'm guessing, money. So, we stand united. Hang on, what does he actually want? Ah, he's willing to support us in return for a favour that he's going to call in later. But we don't actually know what that is. You know what? I'm not sure what the favours are, so I'm just going to say yes and see what he decides to ask for later. And here's one of the problems with a leader from a minority faction. So basically the faction of the leader are very likely to back whatever it is he wants to do. So if I just want to declare war, say, the populist faction will 100% back that. But they're only 9 people. Everybody else is not so sure. I am increasingly tempted by Sparta, but we can't go in just yet, so may as well pick off a handful of city-states. And I think right now, yeah, Heraea, they are just inside a defensive pact with Stymphalia. So that is 2 level 2 cities. I've got 11,000 troops and another 1,000 in manpower. That's probably going to be enough manpower for me to actually knock down both of these territories and end the war before I drop below 10,000 men. Hopefully, anyway. Well, get the claim down regardless. There we go. And yes, indeed, the Senator's still not convinced, so sadly, that will boost tyranny. And Aetolia are not willing to get involved. That's fine, we will. Actually, we probably could have done with their help. Never mind, Sparta would probably have come to help. Dear oh dear. We're taking Achaia, and we're doing it by ourselves. And unfortunately, the Senate are not thrilled about that. Right, you, get in here and immediately murder these individuals, please. And 3 things have just happened at once. Hang on, we've got a child, don't care. And Pleistarchos, Terrid, for reasons known only to himself, has begun voicing his support for... Oh, okay, well, that's probably a good thing, to be honest. Sure, why don't you become friends? And also boost your loyalty. It's never a bad idea if the Doctor likes you. And as for the battle, yeah, nice and easy. We lost a handful of troops, but barely anything, and he was basically wiped out. And we captured their leader as well. Right, move into their territory, and yeah, finish off that guy before he actually gets his morale. We'll murder him momentarily. And there we go. We didn't even lose anyone. We just murdered that guy. Enemy captured again, so we can sell them back. So that's absolutely fine. Alright. Good starting point. And I get +1 to siege engineering, +1 off a decent general. We just need to make this happen before my manpower runs out. It is draining a little bit, just because, yeah, you seem to take a little bit of attrition when you're sieging. But with my plus dice rolls, why did you just roll a 3? That is not helpful. We're in a hurry. And you know what? We're going to do the Olympics. No truce, just Olympics. Here we go. This is looking much better. As accumulation ticks in, at some point it becomes physically impossible to actually have a status quo. The enemy will start suffering every single turn. Now, who actually managed to win on this occasion? It was someone from Taulantia. Hang on, Taulantia is... I forget where Taulantia is, but I'm sure I've heard of it. And we just gained plus 2.5% to national commerce income because the 3rd set of civic advances are done. Marvellous. And there's the 3rd set of martial techs as well, so bonus morale. Lovely. Though that does make maintenance a tiny bit more expensive. We're making good progress here. Manpower is looking decent enough. We should be able to siege down both of these places. Oh, and it's extremely convenient that we just actually picked up 100 civic because, yeah, a whole bunch of new techs just unlocked. So discipline plus 5% across the board, that's pretty good. Commerce income up 5%, never hurt. National citizen output. Yeah, commerce and research, not bad at all. Diplomatic range plus 15%. Trade with people who are further away for a greater selection of goods. Not bad at all. But I think I'll take national commerce income up 5%. That seems like a good sort of a thing to do. Yes, let's get the economy sorted out. And there we go. The siege has been won. And also Omen power is plus 2.5%. Plus 1 popularity, 2 pops were captured, 1 to Ellis, sadly 1 pop died. Okay, so that place is now locked down. Lovely. I need to get over to Stymphalia. They've only got 1 cohort, and unfortunately I do need all these troops regardless, because they've got a level 2 fortress. Right, you guys, I need military access. Why would you not be willing to give me military access? Stop being dicks. Right, I guess we'll just go the stupid long way round then. Whatever. Because Corinth has given me military access, so I can just walk round that way. But first the religious faction leader is here. Hang on, what do you actually want? So, how generous? Call Omen cost down 15%. Or, he loses, wow, 40 loyalty. That's a lot. You know what? We're just going to accept that. But there's going to be a favour owed. Well, I'm not having his loyalty go down by 40. It's already 69. That's not great. Though perfect timing, it's time for an Omen right now. And they are getting better and better. Ooh, you know what? National manpower. Yeah, we need the manpower. Get the manpower up. Lovely. Work on that. Also, apparently we've got 1 pop that's not Hellenic. Okay. Does anyone know who that guy is and where he is? We have got 1... Hang on, he's so small I can't actually see who he... You know what? We're just going to use the macro builder. Right. Whoever he is, convert him. It's 1 citizen down here. Congratulations, you're now Hellenic. And here we go, just cut through Corinth and get to Stymphalos. Lovely. And we settle in for a nice siege. Still got access to sapping, still got a decent general, shouldn't be a big deal, will take a while. Suspect I've got the reserves to pull this off. Just, actually, oh! Hello! No. What's going on here? Oh. The Macedonians are joining in. Hello! Why exactly are you here and why are you helping me do this? Because we do seem to be suffering from very bad attrition right now because you guys have shown up. And I'm not sure why you've shown up, but you're helping, so that's good. Also, everything's now on fire. Ah, yes, it's the doctor that made friends with this guy previously. So he's now coming this way and asking for, state funds? Dear oh flippin' dear. Okay, he gained loyalty, but it's already maxed out, so I'm not sure about that. If I say no, he stops being friends with me. Well, that's a bit harsh. Or, ooh. Okay, this option's available because of the level of tyranny in your country. So, stops being friends, start seeing him as a rival, 61 gold. That's not nothing, you know. Screw it. We're just going to be confiscating this land now it's on fire. Hooray, land that's on fire. Ah, hang on, I figured it out. That's why you take losses during a siege. Because the number of people inside the city, the garrison, they count towards the supply limit of the local area. Gotcha. So it's 1,000 people per level of fortress. And apparently people in the city contribute way more than they should do normally. And as the siege goes on, the Council of Elis have taken it upon themselves to free a sizable quantity of privately owned slaves. You know what? That's absolutely fine. Make them freemen. We really need the population right now because... yeah, the attrition is actually kind of brutal because the Macedonians showed up. I'm not sure why they showed up. They're not really helping. They're completely screwing over my army, but they're here, so thanks, I guess. And there we go. The siege has been won. Lovely. So, we've now occupied all of these places. Macedonia decides to go home. Thanks for completely screwing me over. I probably could have just done that by myself, but... on the plus side, we can now have that territory immediately. So we'll be having all of that, together with absolutely all of your money, which is always mysteriously about 65, but whatever. There we go. And we don't actually need any more people right now, so we can just murder all of them. Spot on. So that gets me access to even more olives, but more importantly than that, wood. We can actually now start producing ships at Patrai, which is absolutely flipping lovely. On top of that, yeah, we need to get our troops home right now. These guys are not going to be happy at all. But on the plus side, look at this. Even though we've only just taken this place, unrest is 0 because of open temples. I like open temples, it's very good. But do we actually need any of these fortresses? Because I'm not convinced we do, really. I mean, this one might not be a terrible idea. And actually, this one's actually not placed badly. Because if anyone ever were to attack us, and we were to hold all of this territory, you know what, we could rebuild it later. We could rebuild it later. It costs 1 gold a month. We're not going to be needing it soon. Just knock all of those fortresses down, and that should be a very healthy amount of money coming in next month. So, oh, that's nice. 2.67, love it. That cost us a lot of men, but we did get a decent amount of land out of it at least. Still, we've got another election on the horizon here, and... it's still this guy. No one's really severely challenging him. Oh no, it's going to overwhelmingly be him. Got it. And that is very good for the amount of civic power that's going to get us. And oratory too. This guy, going to be a good leader. Looking forward to him taking over. And on top of that, because he's of the civic faction, build cost is down, build time is down, national tax is up 25%, which is actually going to be... oh, look at that. That's a lovely jump upwards right there. And as build cost is down... we are still desperately lacking in manpower. We could just build some new training camps. I mean, Ellis is just training camp central at the minute. Yeah, you know what? Just promote both of these guys. So now there are 11 freedmen over here. That's even more manpower. Boost that. Let's just get that up a little bit. Love it. Ah, but that leaves his job open. Because you can't be Archon and Tesmo Terte at the same time. So, which faction do we want to boost up right now? Because yeah, right now, overwhelmingly, it's going to be our very first leader all over again. And he was alright, not spectacular, but alright. You know what? I'm going to give the job to someone in the merchant faction, actually. Let's just see if we can boost them up a little bit, because 25 seats is a bit on the low side. Alright, if we're seriously thinking about war with Sparta, we need to be ready to go with proper hard-hitting units. So, Boeotian helmets for plus 5% discipline. Let's get that in play immediately. And on top of that, Aetolia, they want to actually have olives from me. Now, I do actually have, yeah, a capital surplus of olives for national slave happiness plus 5%. I'm already getting 2.5% for exporting some of it. If I were to export that, however, that's a lot of extra money. No, I can't do it, sorry. I'd rather have the capital surplus. You know, I'd be really tempted to enter an alliance with Boeotia. Aside from one small problem, which is they're allied with Byzantium of all people. And Byzantium are not in a good space, not least as, wow. Byzantium is literally fully occupied right now. Aside from... No, that's not Byzantium. Right, so Byzantium's about to cease to exist, and oh, blimey. Hello! What's going on over here? Ah! Phrygia's decided it doesn't want Iolia being independent after all. Gotcha. And the reason why Byzantium is completely occupied is because their troops are too busy besieging down this territory over here. Right, so everything's a bit of a mess in this part of the world. Gotcha. And Epikuros MacLeod has been found stealing money. And I think we just lose that. Yeah, we just lose it. 50 gold's just going to disappear from our treasury. So, either have him flogged for 20 health and also bonus to popularity right there, or chide him publicly. We still lose the money, but I lose popularity as well. No, you're getting flogged because you just stole money, you bastard. Right, good flogging for you. So that's knocked his health down from, well, it would have knocked it down from 100 to 80, but he's already losing health a little bit because he is, 52 years old and has the frail trait. So as a result of that, he's actually losing health on an ongoing basis. Oh dear, we've got a big problem with the attack Sparta plan. Sparta's now being guaranteed by Macedonia. Now, they might just tear that up at some point, but until they do, there's not much I can do, to be honest. I can't go to war with Macedon. That would just be a terrible idea. Admittedly, right now, Aetolia is not granting military access to Macedon, so they'd actually have no way of getting to me aside from boat. And that's only 8,000 men ago. If that were actually the case, I could just attack Macedon. I really don't want to attack Macedon. I feel like attacking Macedon when you're Achaia is a bad idea, especially as attacking Macedon is also attacking Thrace, and also probably attacking some other people too. Alright then, pull the troops back to Elis. We're not in a position to attack Sparta right now. That plan is on hold for the time being. In which case, we need a new target, because I've got the oratory to go to war. If I could find someone nice and small and soft with a very small fortress, we could actually just go over right now. So let's actually have a little look-see down at Crete, because that could be just the thing. Ah, problem. Crete is playing nice. All of those guys have decided to join together into a big defensive league. With the exception of Petra, controlling 3 territories, who are nonetheless in an alliance with Gortina, another 3 cities, and another 6,000 men. More than I'd really like to take on. Crete for the time being, that's not going to fly. On the plus side though, Rome seems to have slowed down slightly. I haven't really seen much growth from them in the past few years, so that's positive. We've just lost a trade route actually. I believe it was cloth we were importing. I'm not sure why we've lost that. The game doesn't actually give you a reason. Possibly whoever I was importing that from, they changed who was controlling that territory, and as a result of that it just got cancelled because I'd need to make the deal again with the new occupants. Ah, now here's interesting. I've got grain already because I'm importing some of it. If I imported more, national manpower plus 10%. Yeah, you know what? I think that's probably a very good idea. There we go. Manpower starts slowly ticking up. It's not much, but I really need to sort out this manpower infrastructure. Because right now, I'm just desperately unable to go to war. Or train any more troops, or pretty much anything actually. I'm just in a very bad situation at the minute. Here we go. Civic Advances 4 is actually going to be done pretty soon. February of next year. Because yeah, I'm doing really nicely on the research right now. I've got a small empire, it's absolutely full of citizens, so we're getting a lot of science done. As a result of that, we are getting well ahead in the tech game. And at Civic Advances 4, I get myself, yeah, there we go, capital import routes plus 1, national freeman output plus 2.5%, even more manpower. I'm just going to save up my civic power for that, because we're getting that in really fast right now. In fact, by the time we reach February, we'll be pretty much ready to take both of them immediately. Oh, we've got a lot of people angling to become my ally. Sparta wants me back. I'm going to be honest, Now we know we can't really go to war with Sparta. Getting back with the X is possibly not a terrible idea. They are sitting on 5,000 troops. If I was thinking it might be time to go to war with Macedon, oh, they've actually integrated Argos. They've just eaten Argos directly. So Argos is fort level 1. This place fort level 0. I really don't want to do this, but I kind of actually do. Okay, well, we're definitely not allying with Epidaurus. You guys have got a lovely theatre. Seriously, it's one of my favourite sites in the ancient world. If you ever make it to Greece, go and visit the theatre at Epidaurus. It's amazing. It's got perfect acoustics. Like, you drop a penny in the centre of the stage, you can hear it at any point in the theatre. It's an incredible work of engineering. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Sparta. What to do with Sparta? Okay, we are not attacking Macedon. They've got 31 cohorts. They've got tons of spare manpower. I don't have any of the above. They are literally in a warlike stance right now. They've got the boats. They could very easily arrange military access if they really needed it. They've got 8,000 troops right there. No, this is not a good idea. But actually, hang on. Hang the flip on here. What's going on right now? You guys have got a truce with Thrace. Right, Macedon and Thrace are no longer allied. And oh, bloody hell. Oh, Phrygia. Phrygia is expanding in this direction. Right. That could work for me. If there's a moment to attack Macedon, it's going to be the exact moment where Phrygia is attacking Macedon. Because sooner or later, Phrygia is going to just burst. It can't keep growing forever. Someone's going to attack it. It might be Egypt. It might be the Seleucid Empire. It might be Macedon. But yeah, Phrygia's doing very well so far, actually. Yes. Okay, I'm saying no for now. I'm just going to say no for now. We're not doing this just this second. Though actually there's one big bit of news here. So, the territory directly to the north of Rome, Phrygia, they are currently being invaded by Carthage, who have actually got a foothold in their territory already. Carthage and Rome might be about to gain a land border. Now that's when things get sexy in the Western Mediterranean right there. And there it is, Civic Advances 4. That's the big one right there. Get over to the new tech. This is stuff we want immediately. Freeman output up, yep, Coda rights, do it. And we'll have river barges for +1 capital routes as soon as possible. So yeah, right now I'm up to like tech level 3 or 4, which is really nice. Sparta is at 2, Macedon is at 1, 1 and 1. Yes, small empires, they can get ahead in tech, that's the advantage. Get loads of citizens, you can just seriously rush that tech. And because of that, my army can punch significantly above its weight. But that doesn't count for anything if I don't have the manpower to siege down other cities, which right now I simply don't. Oh, here we go. It's military tradition time. So what's available down here? Light cavalry defense or light cavalry discipline. Alternatively, experience decay or starting experience. Leading into trireme costs being down, which is not bad at all actually. Or, ooh, recruit mercenary costs down. Not bad either. Right, you know what? Go over to technology here, take those river barges, because, you know, we do have one river, so we can float it on that. No, we've got no access to horses whatsoever, so that's just not much use to us right now. And there's not a huge amount we can actually import at the minute, so may as well go for livestock for, yeah, just boosting population growth. Let's just get the population growth up, because more population means more freemen, means more manpower. That's the big problem we've got right now. And I'll take experience decay down, because sooner or later, we will want to actually build a fleet. So, let's move in that direction. And as for the omens, just keep that blessing of Apollo on. Keep it ticking up, alright? We need to have more and more manpower. 77 a month. Not bad. That'll do. And yes, indeed, sometimes you just get the opportunity to make friends between your leader and someone else in the government. I see no reason why you wouldn't basically always say yes, because it just means two people get on and aren't going to fall out and cause trouble for each other. So, yes, we shall put up with him being a sycophant and make friends with him. In fact, I just had a thought. So I've built 3 training camps right here in Elis, because this is where I've got most of my freedmen. But what if I was to actually ship more freedmen directly into Elis? Because then they'd all gain the benefit of the training camps. So you guys over here, these freedmen, you are being moved over to Elis. Lovely. And sadly, that's all I can afford. Does that actually make a difference at all? It's probably a very tiny difference, but actually that made quite a big difference. Manpower just jumped up by 3. That's very significant. Oh, and it's not all good news for Phrygia. Thrace is fighting back. They've actually got some of this territory reoccupied immediately. And as for Carthage, they have thoroughly got their claws over here in Phoenicia. So, yeah, Rome's not going to war with them right now. Those guys, in fact, have peace with Rome. Yeah, that's going to happen. There's going to be a land border between Carthage and Rome. That's going to get nasty very fast. Ah, I'm beginning to see the problem here. So Macedonia is panicking because of how close Phrygia has now got to them, and the fact they've lost their ally Thrace. As a result of that, they're now just going around panicking and guaranteeing literally anything they can. Just look at all these flipping guarantees they've thrown down. This is not useful to me. Here's the trick though. If I attack Azania directly, Macedon and Thrace are both going to be furious at me. However, if I were to attack Epidaurus, they're not guaranteed by Macedon or Thrace. That would actually pull in all of these convenient allies. I could then knock over all of these allies without going to war with Macedon, because it's their fault for joining the war. And even better, Aetolia will be willing to join in with that, and they can deal with this situation for me. That actually works pretty nicely. These guys have got, yes, 6,000 men. You've got also 6,000. Right, I'm going to work under the assumption you can handle this. Just to make sure you actually don't do anything stupid, though, I could take away their military access. That way, they can't just cross the straits and get involved. Okay, we've actually got a plan here. A plan that gets me around Macedonia's stupid guarantees. Small problem, of course. These places still have that bloody fortress level 2 I've been struggling with this whole time. So until I've actually built up the manpower, I cannot take those territories. Unless, of course, I had help from the X. Sparta might actually be able to assist with this. And here's useful, I'd forgotten this. Epidaurus took this small bit of land off Aetolia, which is now right next to my territory, contains some lovely convenient stone. Yeah, actually, being able to take that over immediately, that's not so bad at all. Plus, if I make that my war goal, I can just move over there, take that territory, there's no fortress or anything there, and therefore, the war can never end in terms of a white peace. I can take my time. Aside, of course, from the small problem of war exhaustion. Okay, we've got a plan there. That's actually not a bad plan at all. And, okay, Sparta has literally come to ask for me back right now. Is that an omen? I feel like that might be an omen. We're not in a position to attack Sparta. Fine, you know what? Me and Sparta, BFFs, back together, it's meant to be, and their 5,000 troops will be very useful in just smashing the small armies dotted around. Because I'm guessing that army, yeah, they've got some heavy infantry, which no one else is going to have. And I believe Sparta's tech is actually not bad. 2, 2, and 2. Actually, those guys are way ahead at 4, 4, and 4. Well done, guys. Good work. I'm worried that somehow Acarnania knows what's about to happen, because they've just started training some new troops. I can't see them right now, but they have started doing precisely that. What are you guys doing there? Oh, they're at war with Sparta. Hang on. When did that happen? Why is that happening? Hang on, what have I just got myself involved with? Oh, bloody hell, I shouldn't have got back with Sparta. Right, Sparta is actually at war with Epidaurus, and Acarnania, and Azania, and Mantinea right now. And mysteriously, they didn't even bother inviting me. Okay, then, fascinating. Right, well, I'm taking that as a flipping omen. It's time. We're just going to do it. Get the flipping claims down. Let's get this done. Now, remember, the important thing is claim the province of Laconia. That way, we get a nice, easy war goal right there. So, get that done. Beautiful. Next up, end of November, we're moving in. We'll take that island. Very useful stone. If nothing else, we can just take that island and say that's ours. Because we'll have met our war goal. Sparta's moving in. They're training new troops as well. Everyone's demanding military access all of a sudden. No, you're not getting military access. I'm about to go to war with you, actually. Sorry about that. Forgot to mention. Sparta, you can't siege that place down. You need another 5,000 men, you stupid bastards. Trust me, I know. I ran into that problem myself. Still, yeah, Sparta's just going to murder these troops. That's very, very useful indeed. So Sparta does have a useful function in that regard. And even better, as soon as we hit next month, we will be back up to the man pool replenishing. Just in time to throw ourselves into a war so it'll stop replenishing. Yay, we're back up to 11,000. Let's immediately throw that away. Well, the Senate's totally on board with this, so go on then, let's do it. And even better, Aetolia and Sparta are on board as well. We're about to kick off problems with Acarnania. Hopefully you guys can handle this because... Oh, you've got a level 10 general. Oh, you've got a level 9 general, though. Right, you're both very good. Sorry. Let's just flip in do it. Let's go. Boom. Yes, take Laconia. Let's get it done. Right, everyone's at war with everybody. This is the biggest war in southern Greece we've ever seen yet. Just get over there, knock down that territory. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. These guys just coming around over here. Yeah, they're going to use these forts to actually occupy some of my land, which is very annoying. So we'll need to go and take care of that in time. But we do have the manpower to just go and take care of this. We can head in here. That's immediately occupied. Get back over here. Take that territory down. We have spare manpower. Not much, but some. And these troops are being taken care of by Sparta very, very nicely indeed. So we just get back over to my territory. And you guys, hopefully, can handle all of this. Yes, they're doing a good job. Right, good work, guys. You stay over there. Don't come over here. I'm not actually giving you access to my territory because I'd rather you just guard the strait for me. That's the most useful thing you can do right now. And Sparta's going in right now, aren't they? Right, you're about to start causing me some damage here, Sparta. Get out of the way. Get over there. Kill those guys for me. And then I'll go and siege the territory down. Once we're done with that, please just, like, stay out of the way. Why are you not moving? And there we go. Now they're bothering to move. Right, now we swap position. Oh, Sparta, you're about to stand right there. Right, attachment is allowed. That's... I thought I didn't give you access to my territory. Never mind, you've got access to my territory. Oh, we're about to do a massive siege where everybody's going to lose giant piles of men. Yeah, that's totally what's about to happen. Great, I look forward to it. Oh, I've just dropped like 200 men immediately. That's ridiculous. Right, okay. And the problem is, if I lose those men and then Sparta walk away for some reason, I can't continue the siege. And Epidauros are immediately suing for peace. Okay, they're willing to hand over that territory to me. No, I think we can do better than that. We can do better than that for now. It's nice to know they're really desperate for peace, though. That's good. Right, new technology. Army maintenance down. Supply limit up. That's probably a good thing, supply limit up right there. Yeah, fighting season. Take the supply limit. We could probably do with that. That will hopefully slow down attrition just a little bit. I mean, I guess technically Sparta is helping, but in some ways I feel like they're doing more damage than it's actually worth. And uh-oh. Is that Epirus over there? Uh-oh. Epirus is doing something. Hang on. Oh, and what do the flipping military faction want? You want a pile of money. Yes, you can have a bit of money. We've got plenty of money for the time being. Epirus, I think, is actually attacking Acarnania right now. Is that what you're doing? Yes. Yes, you are. Right. So, basically, dogpile on Epirus and Acarnania. Gotcha. So, Epirus is just going to take that territory. That brings Epirus dangerously close by to my allies, but nothing I can really do about that. Ah, yes, and this guy's back to being ruler. Fine. So, civic faction once again. Decent level of oratory. Nothing else spectacular. But we've got something else here. The ruler of Aetolia wants to become our personal friend. Yeah, go on then, why not? I mean, right now, the Aetolians are doing good work. They're just basically running around here, mopping everything up. The Spartans are helping out too. We're taking some losses, but it's not as bad as it might be, to be honest. We're doing okay here. Azanians coming in for a poke, but they've got nothing. They might slow us down slightly, but no, actually. There were literally 0 losses. Right, we just basically slaughtered you. Good, good. More coming in. More easy victories. Right, so we're just slaughtering their forces. They've got nothing right now. The siege is progressing. I'm losing men, but we do have a decent amount of manpower coming in right now. In fact, actually, that seems weirdly high. That is... that's because I'm draining the manpower away. Got it. That's old manpower that's just been drained. And, oh yeah... Acarnania is about to cease to exist. They're gone. Though actually, Acarnania is counter-sieging over here. So a bit destructive all round, to be honest. And the military faction wants even more favours. That is not good. Right now, I already owe them a favour. They haven't called it in yet. And, yeah, you know what? I'm going to say no. I don't have too many favours owed simultaneously. Let's just get this siege done. I might be willing to call it a day once this siege is done. I don't know whether I want to try and push straight on to Mantinea or not. Oh, and here's a tricky decision. So, Aetolia wants to actually import some wine from us. So that would actually mean I would lose my capital bonus of army maintenance down 5%, replace it with an export bonus of 2.5%, but I'd also gain 0.64 a month. So if 2.5% of army maintenance is... No, that's got to be worth it. That's actually got to be worth it right there. Because 0.64 is going to be worth more than 2.5% of army maintenance. So I will accept that offer. And then, yeah, right now 3.06. And, oh yeah, wow, 3.94. Okay, that was definitely worth doing. The thing is, I've got plenty of money right now, but not enough to really afford mercenaries. That's the problem, and there's not really much in the way of mercenaries in this part of the world. Oh, I've taken so much damage to the army again. Why do I keep doing this? This never works out for me. And please, we've just got to take this place. And we've just lost a researcher as well. Hang on, we can replace you. Oh yeah, we got plenty of good people for military. That's fine. There we go. The siege is won. Right, so we've got one siege right there. If I could, I would like to be able to take Macedonia as well. That would actually be very, very nice indeed. So, I'll give it a go. I'll see if anyone decides to follow me. If anyone actually follows me in here, we might be able to take this place immediately. And yeah, the Aetolians are... Oh, guys, I'd go back and deal with the Macedonian army, to be honest. Apparently they've got 10,000 men. How long has that been there? That's concerning. Guys, are you not worried about that? Because I'm worried about that. Okay, the Aetolians have gone to deal with it. Fortunately, they've got the superior army. So even with superior numbers, they've managed to drive these guys off. Probably defenders' advantage because they hadn't actually won the siege yet. And peace is imminent. When 725 days have passed, we'll actually end this war. Because, hang on, Achaia may get the province of Laconia and enforce peace. Ah, okay. Well, if I can, I'd rather get on with this and actually finish this siege. So I'd rather not actually have the war goal forcibly enabled. I'd rather just, yeah, keep sieging. Because we're... Oh, hang on. Hang the flip on. Who's technically at war with Argos right now? Occupied by Epidauros. You guys are technically... Wow, Epidauros is at war with literally everybody. Why are you guys not helping with that? It's right there, though. Actually, hang on. That kind of works. If Epidauros takes Argos, I can take Argos off Epidauros. And at that point, I get the iron without going to war with Macedon. That's actually a win for me. Yeah, let them take it. If Macedon just basically stands there and doesn't do anything, that's good news. There we go. Siege of Mantinea was won fairly quickly, actually. So, the position we're in right now, Epidauros itself is not taken. I could walk straight through that territory and take it, but my troops are desperately weak right now. I think I just want to take what I can get at this point. Let's see how the siege might work out. So, demand peace. Obviously, with the war score of 35, I can have that. That's absolutely fine. Other than that, okay, I'm going to need to actually demand individual cities other than that. So this place is... Hang on, what about the rest of it? I feel like I deserve the rest of this too. Hang on, when you say this place is occupied by Knossos, how exactly did you work that one out? Because I'm not convinced. Right, where the hell is Knossos? I know they're allied with Sparta, but they're not involved in... Okay, technically they are present. Did they have the... They cannot have had the best claim on this territory. Ah, the problem is, I'm not actually the siege leader in any of these sieges. Because I'm not bringing the largest number of men anymore. And hang on, that's just changed to... Also... Ah, hang on. I see what's going on here. Sparta's taking these places, and then they're using the transfer occupation mechanic to transfer them straight over to Knossos. Because, for some reason, Sparta's just decided that Knossos is going to become a mainland Greek power. Right, well, screw it. I'm just going to go and defend my own territory. Because someone over here is being a dick. It's the Acarnanians. Right, I'm going to go deal with them, hang out, and just recharge my army for a second. Right, here we go. The Acarnanians need to be taken care of, and... Ah, I see the problem. Are we technically at war with Megalopolis? Yes, we are at war with Megalopolis right now. That's interesting. So, I didn't realise we were at war with them. We've got to murder these guys first. And apparently this is actually going to be a tough fight. Is it? I feel like we've got this, actually. Yeah, I feel like we've most definitely got this. We've got a massive advantage. We're going to lose even more men that I really could do without losing. And there's nothing I can do with Megalopolis right now. Still, we can drive these bastards out. And, uh-oh. Mantinea's coming. Guys, run! Run, there's more troops here than I'd like, actually. Right, so Mantinea's now around, and they're causing trouble. Still, I'm glad I kept this fort here. That's very useful, but... Okay, I need help. Aetolia, I really need some help. Like, right now, actually. Okay, hold on. The forces of Aetolia are going to be coming back sooner or later. Acarnania, do they even exist anymore? No, I'm not sure the forces of Acarnania even exist at the minute. I might just want to push in. I'll have the defender's advantage. If I just push in right now, they've got the superior general, though. That could be a risk. If I actually push in, how bad is that right now? Oh, that's... Apparently it could be a risky battle. Our side might lose. But the terrain's to our benefit. They've got a superior commander. Do we have a better commander we could swap in by any chance? Yes, actually, we do. Someone in government still has disciplined, but they're level 8. Swap him in. There we go. Tiny bit better there. Tiny bit better. And there's nothing I can do in terms of tech. I can get the army maintenance costs down, but that doesn't help me in the battle that's about to happen. We kind of need to win this one, guys. We kind of just need to kick these guys out of this territory. Screw it. Take the army maintenance cost down 10%. It's not bad. So, get in there. Just hope at this point you're going in. I think you've got a decent chance. Even though we're outnumbered, we'll have the disadvantage of the... Oh, they're pulling back. They're pulling back. No, no. Uh-oh. We're fighting anyway. Okay, we're just doing this regardless. And... Oh, we're going to lose a lot of men. And the Olympics are happening anyway, obviously. Right, we've just picked up Civilization Level Plus. Oh, we're going to lose this one. Oh, this is painful. But... we're probably going to kill enough of them that they can't really... We're no longer importing grain for some reason. Okay, this is fine. Aside from the fact we were just defeated. Right, we're going to pull back, but they are badly damaged and they are withdrawing right now. What's actually going on? There's... Oh! Okay, there's peace. Everyone's just declared peace, have they? Right, thanks for just declaring peace and not telling me. Actually, there is one upside. This is now actually the capital of Epidaurus, because they've already lost Epidaurus itself to Macedonia. So Sparta has managed to... Yeah, they helped me take these territories, then they didn't bother pushing them in a war. So that's good. Right, we need a chance to chill out, actually. Sue for peace. Take this. Take literally everything. It's always about 60 gold for some reason. Take it and put them to death. Okay, at least we got some money. Money enough, actually, that we could probably afford mercenaries. There is... Yeah, we could actually afford mercenaries right there. A big force of mercenaries. Okay, I think that's the solution, actually. And when I say the solution, the only possible viable solution. Because our army has just been trashed. And it's going to be a long time till we've got the manpower ready for anything else. Also, I've just decided something. You guys don't actually get to come home anymore. So we're just going to be taking your military access away. Actually, they already don't have it. Okay, apparently they're just allowed to walk into my territory anyway. Ah, they're probably using the shattered retreat mechanic to just return home automatically. Right, guys, seriously, manpower. Nothing but manpower forever. Still, there is one positive about this. At the end of that, I picked up stone. Stone is worth local fort defense plus 25%, making Patri a much more difficult proposition going forwards. Oh, and here's something new. Glass. Commerce income plus 50% from Macedonia. Yeah, take it. Oh, that's good. That's going to be a good bit of money right there. And at this point, the priority above everything is money. Because we need a giant war chest to fund mercenaries. That's pretty much all I can do. And who won on this occasion? Ah, it was Syracuse. Well done, Syracuse. Good job. Okay, let's just figure out how everything stands at the minute. So, Epidaurus no longer exists. But the people who actually ate their capital were unfortunately Macedonia. Sparta managed to keep everything they've got, but didn't gain anything new. These tiny 3 settlements here are understandably all arranged in a big alliance and defensive league. So, attacking one of them is attacking all of them. Right. Greece is starting to get crowded. If we want to take those guys out, and I do, we're going to need new manpower. And I think I know exactly where it's coming from. It's coming from mercenaries, because it's not going to come from anywhere else. I need a mercenary army to do my fighting for the time being, because honestly, what the hell else am I going to do? It needs to be mercs. I don't have an option. Still, as a result of that massive extended war, we have saved up a lot of oratory. And that means, next time, I think, it's time for us to have a little look-see at the laws. We might be able to change around some laws in order to help out our country. in particular, yeah, we need as much manpower as we can get our hands on. That'd probably be well worth looking at. So, next time, ladies and gentlemen, we revise the legal code, we probably buy some mercenaries, and we see if we can finally push these little city-states out of Greece once and for all, and lock down southern Greece for me. And once that's done, well, we need to pick our next target. Now at this point, we're allied with Aetolia and Sparta. We're not ready to go after Macedonia, and our allies won't support us if we do. That means we need to figure out where we're going next. Is it Italy? Is it Crete? Is it some of these islands around over here? We'll need to figure out what the situation is. And where's Thrace gone? Does anyone know where Thrace is? Is there a Thrace anymore? I think Thrace might have just been eaten. Oh no, hang on. They do still exist. Right, Thrace is up there. They're not doing very well, and I imagine Macedon's starting to get really scared right now. There is now a land border between Macedon and Phrygia, and somehow Carthage managed to fluff this war, so they do not have a land border with Rome yet, but they're clearly very, very interested in it. I suspect the battle of the superpowers might be about to kick off next time, ladies and gentlemen, but in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Imperator Rome. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
This guy's enjoying that. This guy's enjoying his elephant a bit too much.
Oh my god.
In fair Verona, we set our scene. Oh my god, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. They've managed to glitch inside one of the buildings. Elephants in the rear! And then in come the chariots!